Are you ready for Disclosure Day 2026? I sure know I am. Disclosure Day 2026, an event that we've all been waiting for. And if you're able to focus your attention throughout this talk today, you will be able to receive what is needed for Disclosure Day 2026. If you're new to the channel, I'm Michael. I discuss the ascension journey and I make it relevant for everyday life people. Since birth, we are programmed to think a certain way. And, because of the subconscious mind, the subconscious programs that we've lived with for our entire life, 95% of our reality was given to us a certain way. And one of the things that if you've gone on your spiritual awakening journey, have you been on your spiritual awakening journey? Did you stumble across this message today? Well, you came to the right place. In life, we were trained to believe that maybe, say, the news was real and the movies were fake. Oh, it's just make-believe. But if you are going about your journey and you have opened your third eye, you've decalcified your pineal gland, you will actually learn a lot of deep truths the way that you take in maybe certain content like movies. You could see a deeper picture. When you go through your everyday life, you're going to find things. You're going to find, it's almost like cracking through the Matrix, also another movie. Well, next year, Steven Spielberg is putting out Disclosure Day 2026. And I saw a piece of the trailer today, and it motivated me to leave this message for everyone because so many people are ready for disclosure, and it's not a coincidence, it's a synchronicity that this movie is coming out next year in 2026. So as we start to learn a little bit more about our life, and as we go through our journey, we start to see the truth in things that are right before our very eyes. And that's how disclosure actually, some people, I see you guys on Facebook and across the platforms, talking about disclosure and how is disclosure, going to be given to the people, right? As the helicopters show up right on cue, all right? So this matrix that we're in, all right, you have to look for the clues, the codes, the signs, the synchronicities. And Disclosure Day 2026, all right, when I saw that trailer, and part of that trailer was the lady newscaster, the lady on the news, she started to malfunction live on the air in front of everyone. And I'm very interested to see what this movie has to share to the world, what type of disclosures will be in this movie. So years ago, I talked about the movie They Live. You might have seen the movie They Live. And, there was a lot of disclosure in that movie. It was actually a movie that was far ahead of its time. And, a similar thing that I just saw, a little tidbit. I can't wait to see Disclosure 2026. Oh, baby, I'm ready to see it. But in They Live, John Carpenter's They Live, one of the main things in that movie, the people were under mind control, and they had to shut down the TV and the frequencies that the TV was broadcasting. And this is what I mean when I say you'll see a whole different life, a whole different reality once you have opened your third eye or decalcified your pineal gland. Years ago, I saw the movie They Live. My mother didn't actually want me to watch it, and I didn't understand. I thought it was just a movie about monsters and stuff like that. But then later in life, as I studied, I expanded my consciousness, I opened the third eye, and I see They Live again. When I was younger, when I was a boy, and you just see, scary creatures on the screen, you don't get the full lesson there. So that's why I encourage people that are on this journey, all right, you want to start having a more conscious and aware experience. A lot of people are asleep at the wheel, and that's how life will pass you by. You know, disclosure day 2026, it's going to be right in front of people's faces. And that's the free will, and that's how a lot of these things, you know, they're going to just, you know, be in front of people's faces, and people will choose to maybe take it in as truth, or maybe as just make-believe, fiction, right? So this is how in this matrix, and a lot of people, you know, a lot of people get consumed by the matrix. They're not out there, and you know, you're just going about your day, maybe just as a cog in the machine. And heck, a lot of us were always, you know, we were all at that phase earlier on our journey. If you want to improve your life in 2026, you want to become healthy, wealthy, and wise, you want to be a conscious creator, why don't you click the subscribe button? And if you like this video, are you digging this video? I appreciate it if you smash the like button. It means a lot if you could do that, all right? And this is how I teach, and this is how we move forward. So going back in time, if I go in Mr. D's time machine, when I was a kid, I didn't understand They Live. I didn't know what was going on, right? So there's things in life, you have to see it with the open third eye, and things will be right in front of your face. And I've had to learn this over the years, all right? And that's how, you know what? You could put things right in front of people's faces, and through free will, they'll either accept it or deny it. And that's how I think, you know, when people are craving disclosure, how is it actually going to look? And, you know, already, you know, there might be a lot of hype for this movie, like a lot of hype for this world famous video here on YouTube. How you doing? There's a lot of hype for this. Disclosure Day 2026. You know, imagine if you see a newscaster and you know, they're malfunctioning. Wasn't there people malfunctioning on TV recently anyway? Let us know in the comments. I thought that was actually a thing. Maybe that's where we got the idea from. I don't know, right? So the lady starts malfunctioning, and it builds it all up, and it's all going to be Disclosure Day. I say, wow, what a movie, what a cinematic adventure we're going to go on. You want to go on an adventure with me today? Let's go. All right, so you might be on your journey, and you heard The Matrix is a documentary, right? You heard all these things, and now you're starting to see how this actually looks in everyday life. You know, maybe in the world, and don't be Captain Literal Man. You know, some people I see in the comments section, they're like Captain Literal Man, all right? It doesn't mean that maybe you have to pull something out of the back of the head and you're unplugging, but what you need to do is decalcify the third eye. Open the third eye, decalcify the pineal gland, right? Have a more conscious and aware experience. Get out of your lower chakras, you know? You might be seeing me for the first time, and you say, well, what's the chakras? In the ancient Sanskrit, chakras mean spinning wheels of energy. And a lot of people are in fight or flight, and you know, it's pulling the energy to your lower chakras, right? The root, which is survival, right? And when people are in guilt, a lot of people are, you know, living in fear. The blood actually goes to a different part of your brain, and you're not having that full conscious and aware experience. So as we move forward, you know, we want to see the light of day. A lot of people, they don't see, we're going to enjoy this sunset today. A lot of people don't see the light of day. And, you know, I can reflect on my journey, and, you know, I'm grateful for, you know, information that was left for me earlier on, and really disconnecting. You know, I could be out here today. A lot of families are enjoying this good weather today. It hasn't really been so great, you know, warming up a little bit. But the more that you, this literally is a detoxification, or breaking free of the matrix. And you know, what will Disclosure Day 2026, what will it bring? Are you ready for Disclosure Day? I can't wait, baby. I can't wait. I can't wait for all the disclosures, all the things to happen. But maybe they already happened. You're just not paying attention. Why you got to pay attention for? Because it's the currency of the universe. You better spend your attention wisely. You know, back at a familiar spot, a beautiful location, and a lot of people, they're disconnected from life, and the more that you're paying attention to what matters, this is what matters in life. I love this spot over here, right? Those that have taken the journey with me. We'll come up here, right? Look at the beauty. There they go. There they go. Look at that. Can you believe what this became? I appreciate everyone that's taken the journey with me, right? So here's Mr. D, right? And we're learning and we're expanding our consciousness. And Disclosure Day 2026 is on the horizon. When you see, right, there's going to be a movie, right, that's coming out. How are you consuming that movie? How did you consume the movie The Matrix? How did you consume the movie They Live? And They Live is really an on-point documentary. You know, you could look at that scene. You know, you have the. It's actually known as one of the best fight scenes in cinematic history. But that fight scene is actually representing you, the person that's awakened, trying to awaken your friend, and your friend is actually your friend, and your friend starts fighting you because he didn't want to see the truth. He doesn't want to see the truth. So again, in this world, we're not fighting our friends, but what we're doing is we're going to be focused on ourselves. We're going to be focused on constantly the expansion of our consciousness, what we know, what we're aware of, right? Constant improvement and learning that we are actually the creators of the reality. So once again, we see a movie, and you know, I don't know what it's really going to show. I only saw the first trailer for this movie, but once again, we're in the news station, right? We see the ladies malfunctioning, and you know, what do they say? Art imitates life, or life imitates art, right? What's real? What's fake? So if you are in that fetal position, how you doing, right? Hey, your Uncle Mike's on the screen, right? Maybe you reached a place in your life and you found yourself curled up in the fetal position, and you're saying to yourself, well, what's real and what's fake? What's an illusion? What's important in life? And I'm here to tell you, right? Nature, right? Love, God, these are the things that are important in life. And so many people, they're plugged into the matrix. They're consumed with, you know, the matrix ways, and they're not realizing that right before your very eyes, you have beauty. And, you know, sometimes, you know, I'm working on YouTube, and, you know, we could use these platforms to expand our consciousness, but are you also spending the day out in nature? So what you need to do moving forward, you have to move forward with balance, be in alignment. So when you see the Disclosure Day 2026, you know, you got to watch it, you got to observe it with the open third eye. Remember, we are the observers, like Nikola Tesla. We're all scientists, and you have to observe. A lot of people aren't observing, they're asleep at the wheel, right? You have to ask and answer yourself these questions. Are you in NPC mode, or are you in creator mode? So what we want to do in our life is we want to take ownership and realize that just like how someone could create that movie, right? I'm creating a world famous video today. Any person that's getting this message, this is a channel and a message to inspire you to get up and start creating. And, you know, you have to realize this, because over the course of time, you know, people were lost, and, you know, you just were asleep at the wheel. But once you awaken, you're expanding your consciousness, you're getting to a higher state of consciousness. All of a sudden, wow, I'm on a totally different timeline. I'm on a new frequency. I'm experiencing things I can't believe it. You know, there's so many beautiful things in our everyday life, and we're not aware of them because we keep doing the same thing. We keep trying to force the issue, and you know, the beauty that's right before your very eyes. You know, you might grow up in the city like I did. And, you know, right here in the city, there's this beauty that's just waiting for us. And, you know, when you have a certain frequency, it's like a frequency fence. There's a whole world that's out there. And just because you can't see this frequency fence doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So what you need to do is you need to break free. You have to break through the fence, because sometimes the truth, sometimes the love of your life is looking you right in your face, and you're running away from it. And when you get in tune, you know, with the organic frequencies, you know, you hear about broadcast, there's things that are broadcasted. Well, these are the frequencies that are part of our life. and you, the person that's getting this message, you are broadcasting, just like how the TV broadcasts a frequency and you are receiving it on that box. Well, God is also, you know, broadcasting a frequency. So in our life, they say that life, there's the ducky. I don't know if the mic picked it up. The duckies are here. There they go, right? They know I'm here. They say Mayor Mike's walking over here. We're back, baby. So what I want everyone to realize, because there's a lot coming to us in 2026, are you ready to take ownership? Because just like we see in that you know, preview for that movie, you're listening to the lady on the news, and a lot of people, they don't realize the truth. No, they're giving their power away because they saw it on a because they saw it on a because they saw it on TV. I saw it on TV. It's got to be real. How you doing? What is real? What is fake? Do you know? If you don't know and you're ready for what's real, why don't you click the subscribe button and take the journey of our everyday lives? Because I'm here to tell you, I know there's going to be a lot of people curled up in the fetal position in 2026 that haven't done the inner work. The ducks know. You see what's going on? Start having a more conscious and aware experience, because Disclosure Day 2026, oh, it's going to be like the day the earth stood still, baby, yeah. So I think that, and I'm very grateful for everyone that connects on Facebook. A lot of people are expecting it to play out a certain way, and over the course of time, you kind of see the rule. You have to play by the rules of the matrix. We're all in this reality, and you know, once you start understanding the codes and stuff, and really understand balance and not separation, all of a sudden things start to make sense. And each and every one of us, you know, when we play by the rules, all of a sudden you say, you know what, now I'm the creator, right? And a lot of people don't play by the rules, and a lot of people want the quick fix. But over the course of your journey, you want to start creating a new reality? You want to be healthy, wealthy, and wise? Well, guess what, kid? There's actual work, there's actual studying that has to be done and getting in tune with the organic frequencies. I love each and every one of you. This was the journey of self-discovery and remembering. Oh yeah, baby. Remember who you are. Remember the power that you possess. And remember, we cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious that Disclosure Day 2026 is on the way, kid. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. Find us in the 5th dimension. Have a wonderful day living your everyday life. I love each and every one of you. You could feel the power rising. Are you in NPC mode, or are you in creator mode? Are you ready to create? Are you ready to become healthy, wealthy, and wise? Why don't you click the subscribe button and take the journey? Because in 2026, we are taking over, and we are now in control of our everyday lives.